everyone, welcome back to my channel and I hope you are having a lovely day today. I am going to do a very quick hand painted tutorial, but don't get used to that because I really don't like doing hand painting. The reason I'm doing hand painting is because it is exceptionally hot here in Australia, and I was going to do a really cool stamping tutorial, but it's just not working out because of the heat, so I'm going to do a quick hand painted one. I was just thinking, you guys over the other side of the world are about to come into spring, and I have these lovely colours from the Gel II Carousel Collection, so I am going to do a blossom tutorial for you. So what I'm going to use is, my base colour is going to be Frou Frou Blue from the new Carousel Collection, and then I have a range of others that I'll mention as I go along. So let's get started. Okay, so to save time and stop me melting, I've gone ahead and done 2 coats of my Frou Frou Blue, which is this beautiful colour here, which is from the Gel II Carousel Collection. So I'll move that out of the way. Now you need a dotting tool, so I've got a very, very fine end on that one, and then an even finer, which is just mainly a point, or pretty much a point on that end, and just a fine detailing brush, and I've just got a plastic lid to just decant my polishes on. So I'm going to go in with my first colour, which is Chimney Sweep. It's just a sort of a dark browny sort of charcoal colour, and I don't need a whole lot, I just want to decant a little bit. It's all getting a bit hot and bothered here, everything's getting a little bit runny, so we'll get this done as soon as we can. So I'm going to go in with my detail brush and I'm going to paint some branches. So I'm just going to run my brush through, and I'm just going to go in from the side and just swipe just some branches. I'm not actually putting enough on the brush there. There's no right or wrong way with this, just whatever you want to do. So I'm going to go in and do another one just up here. And I'm going to do a couple coming up from the corner. Oh, I've got a random hair that's longer than all the other hairs in this brush. Never mind, I'll get over it. It's just going to make my pattern a bit weird. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do, and I'm going to pop that in my lamp and cure that for 30 seconds, and I'll be back. Okay, so that is cured, and the next step is to make the flowers. So I'm going to use a few colours here. I'm going to use My Fair Lady as the base for my flower. So I'm going to go and put all of these colours onto my dish to start off with, so I could just carry on going. So My Fair Lady, and then I'm going to go in with Marvelous Melody. Now again, this is from the Carousel Collection. It's a beautiful pink, and these are cream shades. The entire Carousel Collection are cream shades. Now I don't need a lot of this either, I just need a little tiny bit. And obviously you can use whatever colours you like depending on what colour flowers you want. And I'm going to also pop a bit of the Extreme Arctic White for detailing. So I'm just going to go in and pop in a tiny, tiny bit of that, and I really don't need a lot of that. And then the greens that I'm going to be using for my leaves, I'm going to be using Peppermint Pony, which again is from the Carousel Collection, which is another beautiful cream shade. So a tiny, tiny bit of that. It's more of an accent than anything. And then my green, my main green is going to be By the Bay, and that is what I'm going to be using for my leaves, the main colour. So just a little tiny bit of that. You really don't need much for this because you're doing everything with a dotting tool. Now you can use a fine brush, but I get a bit carried away and things don't look so good, so I prefer a dotting tool. Anyway, so we'll get started. Now you can go in here one at a time with your colours, cure, then your next colour on top, cure, and your next colour on top, but I'm mixing some of my colours so I get a sort of swirly effect. So I'm going in with My Fair Lady as my main colour, and all I'm doing is, I don't want to get too much on because I don't want huge blobs, but I'm just going in and I'm just dotting randomly little cherry blossoms. And I might actually just zoom in a bit here, guys, so you can see. So this is a really, really easy tutorial so that you can do it as a pro or if you're a DIYer. And as I said, I do try and do my tutorials so they are friendly for everybody. But I would use this as a feature nail. And then I'm just going to do a couple down the bottom. So I'm just sort of dotting it on and squishing it around a little bit for the, and just one there. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to clean off my dotting tool and I will be back. So what I'm going to do now is a bit of an accent. So I'm going to use my Marvelous Melody. I'm going to just dot some on my dotting tool and I'm going to mix it with the My Fair Lady. So I'm just going to swirl it around. Just a tiny, tiny bit, because I still want it to look red, but I want a bit of sort of definition. And because it is warm here, this colour, the colours are sort of, they're a little bit more liquid than they would be normally, so you won't have this much melting. And I'm apologies for my bird, guys. If you watch me regularly, you know he never shuts up, so apologies for him squawking away in the background. Okay, so if you can see there, I'm getting sort of an effect on the flowers, like a sort of a petal effect, if you like. Well, that's exactly what I'm aiming for. Now I'm only just going to use the one dip there because it is getting quite melty. Actually, sorry, my phrases are just, yeah, off with the fairies a bit today. So I'm just going to now, with the other end of my dotting tool, I'm just going to mix those up a bit. And I'm going to cure at this stage because normally I would go in and do the leaves, but everything is getting a little bit warm, so I'm going to cure and I'll be back. So that's cured. So now I'm going to go in with my very, very, very small end, which is here, with the tiniest bit of white, and I'm just going to do a little bit of swirling on the flower. And as you can see, if I just pop a tiny bit on and I do a circular motion, you get more of the petal effect. And if you put too much on, you can just keep scrolling and it sort of removes it a little bit. It says me and it's not removing, but so I'm just doing the tiniest bit of white. Oh, apologies again for the bird. He's just having one of those days today, and of course it's always when I record. So I'm just going in and doing each one. I'm going to do those off camera and I'll be back when I've finished. Okay, so I've done the rest of the flowers, and as you can see, they've got a really sort of textured effect. Now I'm going to go in with the leaves here, and I'm going to use my very small end because things are getting quite warm, as I've said, and it's getting quite runny. So all I'm going to do is just get some of the green, which I am using. My base green is, what did I say it was? By the Bay. So just on my dotting tool, and I'm just going to go in and randomly place leaves. Now ideally I'd like to have a little bit of a darker green, but I don't, and I know I could mix them, but in this weather I'm not going to risk it because it will just get so messy. So I'm just going to go in and just, I know you guys in the UK and in that side of the world are probably thinking, oh, we'd love some warm weather, but oh, it's been hot and horrid for here for quite a while, and you sort of, yeah, after a few days you struggle. So I don't even know where that was in frame, sorry guys. I'll try and do that again. So I'm just dabbing on a bit of green just so that you get the leaf effect. And I think this is really pretty. It's super easy, and you can come up with any colour combination for the flowers. The background doesn't have to be blue. And this is something I've been doing for quite a while, and I wanted to try it with Gel II, and I think it looks really pretty. So now I'm going in with a little tiny bit of Peppermint Pony, and I'm going to, actually I might actually change my mind there, and I'm going to go in with a bit of the white instead. And I'm just going to add a little bit of accent to the leaves, and not too much, just so there's a bit of different colour there. As I said, ideally I would like to have a bit of a darker green, but I haven't got one, so we'll do what we're doing. And this doesn't really make a massive difference, it just gives it a bit of texture. So that's that, and I am going to pop that in the lamp, and I'm going to come back after I have top coated. Okay, so this is the finished nail, and I just wanted to show you my top coat. I did use the Gel II Radiant Mirror Shine No Cleanse top coat, so if you do use this on a client, obviously there's no cleanse, so once they're cured, they're ready to go. I like to leave the top coat sitting for 5 to 15 seconds before adding my oil, and then they are, yep, they're done. So this is beautiful. I think this is really pretty, really easy. It makes a lovely feature nail, or a couple of nails, or all nails if you're that way inclined. I think it looks lovely on any. And you know me, and I have done some sneaky ones off to the side here, so there's some more. So I used pink as my base for my flowers, and I used my peppermint pony only for the leaves on that one. Then I have done a base of prancing peach with this one, and I used some different colours again for the flowers. And then I also used banana pie, and it's sort of more of a sort of flowing down sort of branches. But anyway, yeah, so I did a few off camera just because I could. So just to give you some different ideas. Okay, so that's all 4 nails. And I should mention, if you are a DIYer and not a nail professional, you can achieve these results at home really easily with regular nail polish. And I'm going to start introducing something on each of my tutorials now. I really like to see when somebody has been inspired by me. So if you do these nails and you pop them up on Instagram or somewhere that I can see on social media, hashtag Dixie Girl so I can have a look. I'll pop that below on the video somewhere here. Guys, if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please go and hit the subscribe button because I really appreciate your support. Any product info you need, I'll pop it in the description bar. If you've got any questions or comments for me, leave them in the comments bar and I will get back to you. And I hope you all have a great day or a great weekend whenever you're watching this video, and I will catch you in the next one. Thanks guys for watching. Thank you. Bye.